Digital transformation, taking your land-based business online. Marcel Tobler, Chief Financial Officer at Switzerland's Grand Casino Baden, will discuss the challenges of creating a successful online offering as an existing land-based business. And Marcel, we've been following your development over the last year and a half, so each time there's something new. So
right.
Bring us something new. Marcel, please take the
stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be here in the wonderful Berlin and to share with you the journey we have experienced the last 2 years. 2 years ago, actually in June 2018, we just got a new law that would allow for the first time ever online casinos legally be offered in Switzerland. I need the clicker, which is here. Shortly about myself, my name is Marcel Tobler. I joined Grand Casino Baden 2013 as Group Chief Financial Officer. I worked on the online casino legislation since the beginning. It was a very long political process. It was preparation work, so we are ready to go online once it was allowed. Since the go-live of our 2 online casinos last year, I'm also responsible for those 2 operations. My background is financial. I'm a certified public accountant. That means I like numbers, and you will definitely see that throughout my presentation. That's Switzerland. We have 21 land-based casinos in Switzerland, and the regulation in Switzerland obviously is a little bit different than it is in Germany. So the law is based on a license extension. That means if you want to operate an online casino, you need to have a land-based casino license. This was obviously very important for us casino operators. It gave us a chance to go into this new market 20 years too late. We did not have the chance for 20 years to go online, and this protection gives us a chance to enter this market at this later stage. We operate 2 casinos, 1 casino in Baden, that's west of Zurich, 20 minutes, and a very small casino in the city of Davos in the mountains. Overall, the land-based casinos did roughly 700 million GGR. Last year in Baden, we had almost 10% out of that with 61 million euro. And as you see in Davos, this is very, very, very small with less than 2 million. That's a very small land-based operation. Why we have this land-based operation, you're not able to make profit with 1.9 million GGR Switzerland, but why we have that operation, I will explain you a little bit later. So this slide looks pretty full, and it shows the difficult journey we had to get our online licenses regulated. And hopefully it also makes the Germans in this room feel a little bit less bad because it takes them so long. It also took ages in Switzerland. It started in 2007 when the Federal Council decided that the ban for online games should be lifted. So it took many years until that happened. As I mentioned, we had the public vote in June 2018, and the new law came into place at the beginning of 2019. We made a few strategic decisions on the way. It was very clear for us from the beginning, this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As I mentioned, we are 20 years too late to go online. People have started with that 2001. We haven't done it. We couldn't do it. So we need to take this opportunity now and act on it now and also bold. We also decided that we wanted to build up iGaming know-how. We wanted to build up the knowledge necessary to run an online casino. Also, we believe in cross-selling. That's why we also decided that for Grand Casino Baden, the larger casino, we wanted to have a seamless integration in our land-based offering. Meaning also having the loyalty program fully connected. And now, the reason why we have still Casino Davos, the small operation, we decided on dual brand offering, meaning that we have two brands in the market, one for the Casino Davos and one for Casino Baden. And obviously, we wanted to target the whole market in Switzerland, so that's why we have a non-localized brand. We created two brands that are not connected to the location of our casino. So on the right-hand side, you see our two websites. They look very different, have a different look and feel. They actually also use different technologies behind it. So why did we go with the dual brand strategy? On the left-hand side, you see the actual churn rate on our casinos, 35%. It shows you what happens with the 100 players over the month with that kind of churn rate. That the churn rate isn't here because the players die, they just move on. Why do they move on? Most likely they will lose over time in an online casino. So what do? They choose a different brand. Also, it's important to know average online player has 7 active accounts. So that's why we believe we are better off with the dual brand strategy in a market where the number of online casinos is limited, since it is restricted by the number of land-based casinos. As I mentioned, there are many challenges as a land-based operator going into online gaming. You haven't done it before. It's a complete different business, which you haven't known at that point of time. But I also believe there are advantages if those advantages are acted upon. We had the situation in Switzerland, we got the protected market, we got kind of a head start. We have time to learn, to improve. Until 2025, at that point of time, new licenses will be given out, and all the license holders have to reapply for the land-based license. And I'm very sure, or I'm really sure, that at that point of time, we will also see the big international operators, online operators, getting into the market as a joint venture or something similar to operate online casinos. And by that point of time, we need to be fully ready to operate in an international market. As a offline operator, land-based operator, you also have a good understanding of the regulatory environment. And in markets like Switzerland or Germany, it's not the easy regulatory environment. And I believe it definitely helps you if you have this kind of experience to act in a market. The third point is you already have a brand recognition. That means there is trust, and you can use this brand recognition and the reputation to also act online. Last but not least, you have the casino floor. As long as this is allowed according to the law, it's not in every market allowed, but if it is allowed, this is a very strong and very cheap acquisition channel. This is an example of how such an acquisition funnel looks like. You have impression, let's say on Google Ad, you have a certain click-through rate, you have 180 clicks. Each click costs you 5 Swiss francs or €5 actually. That's cheap. Some click cost up to 20 euro, depending on the keywords. Out of those visitors, you have a certain percentage which will register on the website. Here I took 15%, leaving 27 people that have registered on your website. That means every person that registered did cost you at that point of time 33 euro. Out of those that registered, only part of them will deposit. I assumed in that example 20%. That leads you to a CPA, or cost per acquisition, of 166 for each player that made a deposit. And that's actually quite low. Our average CPA that we had in September, for example, was over 200 euro for each player that made one deposit, for each new player that made a deposit. So assuming you have 20 people from your casino floor, from your land-based casino floor, that you're able to convince to sign up, and let's say half of those 10 make a deposit, per day, you just saved €500,000 marketing costs. So this can be a very effective acquisition channel, and which definitely, in my view, should be used. Video killed the radio star. That was the first music video ever running on MTV in the 80s. But it did not happen. Video did not kill the radio star, and also the TV did not kill cinemas. And I strongly believe that the land-based casino business will profit from a regulated market. This slide is actually 3 years old, and I haven't changed it since then, and I still believe in it. So first of all, iGaming already exists. It's not that something new is created, it's only regulated. 50% of all the online players are not playing in the land-based casino. This is actually an opportunity for the land-based casino business. And as we have learned with poker, let's face it, if there wouldn't have been online poker, poker wouldn't play that role in the land-based casinos as it plays today. So there is a chance that players get to know a game through online. It's easier to try something, to test how roulette works, but I'm sure many players, once they have learned it, how it works, if we help them to get to the land-based casino, they will take this opportunity. And also, it's well known, multi-channel customers are more loyal customers. And what we have seen since this year, we are live. We have every month in the land-based operation, we were above previous year, and we are very sure that this is because of our online activities. Of course, also we spend more money on marketing for the online operation, which also helps to that player remembers to go to land-based casinos. What is essential to have a technology that supports a strategy where you have a focus on cross-selling. So obviously you need a player account platform that's symbolized in the center of this slide. It's connected to a front end, it's connected to a payment service provider, to games, to a customer service software, and to a CRM tool. But if you really want to follow a strategy that is connected to the land-based operation, you need more than that. You need to have it connected to the casino management system to ensure that, for example, player points gets exchanged, that you have a 360 view on your player. It may get connected to a poker web shop, to a tool, so you can generate sign-ups on the floor. And of course, there are regulatory requirements. For example, in Switzerland, there is a safe where we have to send session data. Here in Germany, it's even tougher. So you need to also request data from the safe. That's technology-wise even more difficult. I tried to summarize all that in a few takeaways. So first of all, if you're a land-based operator, you need to understand it's a different business, completely different story, and you need to have somebody that drives that new culture, and also enjoys this new culture. You need to decide, do I want to partner with an existing large B2C operator or not? If you do, it's much easier, it's safer, but probably you're always going to be the junior partner, and you're never going to learn what it takes to be successful in the online world. Since I'm a CPA, I think it's essential that you measure. Only if you measure, you're able to learn. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, whatever you do. We do mistakes on a daily basis, and that's good. I love mistake. As long as you measure the mistake, realize that it was a mistake, and take action. So this is essential. It's probably the most important point. And measurement, it's not about technology, about know-how, it's about culture. And this culture is really important. I shared here some KPIs that we use that I believe are really helpful to learn and to progress in an online casino. You have that for acquisition, like a cost per acquisition, retention, where you have churn rates, customer service with satisfaction rates, overall ratings like a net promoter score, which is very useful because you can compare that cross-industry. And last but not least, you need to have the right technology partner. In a complex regulation, things always going to end up different than what it looks like. I mean, we decided to invest in a tech company and to build our own online casino platform. We made this decision beginning of 2019, and we were the first online casino going live on July 5th, 2019, because we had control over technology and we were flexible. I mentioned we had to have a regulatory safe where we have to send data. Here in Germany, you also need to get data back. And all the other operators that use third-party technology and also then another third-party safe had delays because of these technical requirements. So this will be, I believe, similar and most likely worse here in Germany because it's really complex and you need to have a very flexible partner on the technology side. Do you have any questions?
Indeed, the part of the questions is coming again. We have questions in Slido. If there's any questions in the room, please raise your hand. And we get a microphone to you. Let's look at the questions, Marcel. First question, do you attract a different customer group online?
Yes, you do. 50% of our customers online did not visit the casino the last couple of years. And this is an opportunity. That's great. We actually have our VIP manager targeting the best players and bring them for free in our casino. And we have people that have never been in a casino before or some of the best online players, and they just love it. They come back after that once a month and really enjoy it. And that's how you generate loyalty from those customers in a way you couldn't do if you would just be a poor online operator.
Great, quite clear. Any practical advice for German casinos, land-based casinos looking to expand online? And I think you've highlighted some, but you have some maybe very specific German.
Yeah, I mean, act
advice?
now. I think this is the only chance you have. You do it now or you do it never. And I think it should be pretty clear what you should do. So you really should start working on it, looking into it. What are the opportunities? What's my business case? How can I profit from this regulation? I think for land-based operators, the regulation is pretty good if you act now. And also try, how should I word that? Talk to your state that it comes out the way you expect it to come out, the regulation for casino games.
Now or never, jetzt oder nie?
Jetzt oder nie.
Jetzt oder nie.
Genau.
Next question here. How do you split the responsibility between Casino Baden's, your Casino Baden and the operator which runs your online casino?
So then I wasn't clear. We decided we want to learn how we have to run an online casino. And you can only do it if you run it by yourself. We have nobody else. We don't have a B2C operator that did it many years. We do it by ourselves. We hire the team. We train them. We make mistakes. We learn. We do everything by ourselves. We even try to cut every marketing agency out of the picture wherever possible. And that's what you need to do. Because if you don't do it now, if you don't learn now, how are you going to learn in 5 years?
So you want to keep the expertise in-house. That's quite clear. Next question. Completely other side of the business spectrum, but quite relevant. Are effective enforcement measures applied by the regulator to curb operators not having a switch license for offering online casino?
Yeah, so there is the IP blocking, which was a huge debate in the public vote. But, I mean, it helps a little bit. But if you want to go into an international market, into the black market, you do that within 2 minutes. If you Google VPN, you know how to do it. So effective would be financial blocking. That wasn't politically viable for Switzerland. So at the end, we just need to work to have a good offering for our customers. I think we cannot depend too much on the regulator. And of course, we pressure and actually one effective method is to pressure the slot provider or the game providers and tell them, you know, if you want that we take over your games, You have to guarantee that you IP block your games in this country if it is not offered by a regulated provider.
Okay, so these are the measurements. And let's see, as we saw with Jörg this morning, how this will then finally happen in Germany. Last question is online, and I think you already alluded to it in your presentation, but maybe you can give some more details. Is online an important customer acquisition channel for you? And I'm not sure if the person is referring to the online operation, I assume so, but maybe...
Yeah, so if it is meant, if online marketing is important, yes, of course. We have, let's say, 3 focus areas. We have online marketing, performance marketing, we have our casino floor, and we do a lot of TV. TV is very effective just to get a certain volume. It's expensive. It's the CPA on TV. We measure also each TV ad. We have the CPA on each TV ad. It's expensive, but you don't get this volume and this reach without TV.
Okay, well, I think that's a very relevant comment for the German market. Time is up. I think this was really useful and very practical. Marcel, thank you, and hopefully we see you again next year with some more learnings from your country.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.